What's cracking, people? Angelic Mayhem here. So, welcome to an update on Dota 2. The 3 Spirits update came out today, and I just wanted to go through real quick to tell you some of the things that have changed in the game. The number one thing, obviously, it's called the 3 Spirits update. Why is that? Because originally there was Storm Spirit, okay? And we've all played him a little bit, but now they've added 2 other spirits, some of which are from Dota 1, and they're supposedly like cousins or something like that, so they're actually pretty good. Ember Spirit, a little bit more so than Earth Spirit. I can definitely see where Ember Spirit is going to be a fan favorite. He can do a lot of jumping around and things like that. He has this teleport thing where he can literally drop off, like a little piece of himself, and then he comes back for it later. Now, one of the other things that they've added into the game is that now there is a gem system, okay? So pick any item that you have, okay? And you'll see that it says socketing. When you go into the sockets, right now this item doesn't have any sockets. If I were to add a socket, I would actually have to purchase a chisel in order to add a socket to this item. Now, theoretically, there will be items dropped later that have sockets, and then I'll be able to put gems into them. Like, for instance, I own a bloodstone, so I could actually drop that into an item. Now, the question is, well, what do the gems do? Well, it's all cosmetic, okay? So let's say that you have a courier, all right, and the courier is, let's say, a dog, and it's got a flag or something like that. You could add a gem to your courier that makes him like a ghost dog, or maybe a fire dog, or something like that. So there's going to be all kinds of different stuff out there. Outside of that, let's see. All right. Last year, they had what was called the Dire Tide, and this is a special game mode, if you will, that has 3 different types of unusual Dota-esque games in it, okay? In one of the games, you have to work with the enemy team in order to defeat Roshan. There's a bunch of stuff that is candy-related where you have to, run and try and steal more candy than the other team can steal. At the same time, you're all trying to kill each other. So, there's a couple different, game options. I'm going to try them out tomorrow, and then, depending upon how that goes, I might make a video or 2. And then this down here, okay, is play with a coach. Now, personally, this is the thing that I'm most excited about, okay? Basically, you can ask anyone to be on your team and to be a coach, all right? And what happens is, while the game is playing, just as if you were watching a replay of a game, you would actually be able to speak to the team while they're playing, but you couldn't actually participate. Whenever the team is playing, whatever they can see, you can see. So it's not like you can see the enemy and just tell them, oh, hey, the enemy's over here. The coach can only see what his team can see. I also like the idea of perhaps during like TI4, there could be, like teams out there who have coaches. Like, I think that would be pretty sweet. Other than that, I don't really think that there's too much else. The 2 heroes in question, one of them is called Ember Spirit, and the other one's called Earth Spirit. Ember Spirit, he has these chains that come out, and they hold 2 things in place, whether that's 2 creeps, a creep and a hero, or 2 heroes. It depends upon where you're standing. You have to be really close, though, in order to use it. Like, you practically right standing next to the guy. Sleight of Fist is a really interesting one. Basically, it does a tiny bit of damage to the creeps, but it adds bonus damage if you attack heroes. And what it does is it draws a circle on the ground, and anybody who's standing in the circle, they get whacked. And it's basically exactly like Juggernaut's ulti in that he hops around, except after Juggernaut is done, he stays wherever the last strike was. In this case, Ember Spirit actually comes back to his original position. So it's a fantastic way to just keep harassing the heroes in like an offlane or something like that. It's really good. Flame Guard is basically just like Doom. He has that little red ring that goes around him, and it affects everybody. It's the same exact thing. Now, Fire Remnants. Basically, this guy's ulti is that he tosses out like a little red spirit, all right? And that spirit stands in place, and it can see the area, all right? At any time, you can activate the Fire Remnant, and that will bring Ember Spirit to that Remnant, assuming that it's still there, which it only lasts for, I think, like 35 seconds or something like that. So the object is to, put him into a position and leave him there so that when the bad guys come, you can boop, pop there, or you can leave him back at the base and then, you know, TP back to the base, you know, if you're going someplace or something like that. Here we go, heroes. The other one's over here, Earth Spirit. All right. First up is Boulder Smash. Basically, let's say that there is an enemy, right? And you gank and run around him, okay? If you use Boulder Smash, you can actually push him through your creep line and onto your side where your other guy can attack him, all right? So that's what Boulder Smash is. It does it does a fair amount of damage, but more importantly, it catapults somebody into trees or into walls or whatever, so he actually slides quite a ways. Rolling Boulder, basically this guy becomes a boulder and rolls until he runs into probably like a tree or any enemy hero. So once he hits the enemy hero, that's it, he stops rolling. And then there's a certain distance that he can also travel. Gyromagnetic Grip is basically, let's say that your guy gets too far into their lane and now he's in trouble, you can literally yank him back to you. So, you know, it's a great way. If your whole team is in retreat, you could grab the guy who's closest to the bad guys and pull him to you. Now, here's where things get complicated. Stone Remnant is literally a boulder that you can drop anywhere, okay? Nobody can kill it. It just sits there. It does nothing. Until you walk up with Boulder Smash, and you can literally smash it and turn it into a projectile that slides across the ground and does damage along the way. You can also do some other stuff with it, but for the most part, that's basically it. And then the ulti also uses the rocks, all right? So the ulti is magnetized, and basically the guys will just take damage, and if you're surrounded by guys, you hit magnetize, and they all start to take damage. Then, if they run past a boulder, because they're magnetized, the metal in the boulder will cause the boulder to explode. So that's where Stone Remnant, if you can place those stones in such a way that it's strategic, then magnetize the guys and have them run through your little boulder field, you could wipe them all out. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Again, it's something that I think it's going to take a lot of patience for somebody to become very good with Earth Spirit, and I don't think a lot of people are going to be down with that, so I don't think he's going to be as popular as the other one, certainly. So there you go. That's basically the update. What I'm thinking about doing is maybe doing like a playthrough video, not a Dota in 60, but an actual playthrough where I just, you know, play a game real quick, is one and or both of them, just to show like what they're all about. But obviously, today is day number 1, so everybody is all excited about playing them. So getting into a 5-man room and then getting this is going to be very difficult. Tomorrow morning, I'll be able to, you know, play it all I want, and I think I'll make a couple videos. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please click the like button or subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this in the future. I'm Angelic Mayhem, and I'll see you next time.